living beyond animal level. Yeah, you have to live beyond animal level as a human being. Okay, that's why you are human. That's what makes you human. Take for instance animal. I watch documentary very well, animal documentary, and most especially the wild animals. I know how they live. You see, I've discovered that all the animals, or let me say majority of them, live for three major things. They live for territory, which is house. They live for house. They live for food. After house food, then they live for mating. Those three things are so important for animals, and that is all they've got to live for. So studying animal very well, watching documentary very well, I saw that those are the things, those three things are what animal live for. So that made me to question myself and question human being, being a man, that, okay, now that I say that I see myself as a man, that God has made me a man, what make me different to those animals? If also what I fight for or what I live for on a daily basis is to get money to build house, territory, is to get money to eat, and then, or to get money to marry. If that is what I live for, then I've not been living above animal level. So that's what I'm saying this morning, is that as a human being, God has made us in his own image, after his own likeness. All right? And he gave us a kind of brain that can function just like him. We can create like him. We can produce so many things. He has given us this world, this earth, to have dominion. Now, but I've discovered that more than 50% of the total people living on the surface of the earth now, they are not living above animal level. What to eat, house to live, marriage. That is what people think their destiny is. Some people, it's funny that they even think that is their purpose. To come to this world, to come and marry, is their purpose. That is what some people think. Is that not funny? Some people think that they came to this world to come and gather properties. So the Bible says in the book of that 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 18, it said those things which are house, which are territory, house and food, and what again? Marriage. He said those things are temporal. They are temporal. They are not things of eternity. They are not eternal. He said, but those things which are seen, which are not seen, but things which are not seen are eternal. So man is not supposed to live for things which are seen. You are not supposed to live for cars. You are not supposed to live. The reason why you are working and you must get money shouldn't be so that you get car. You buy the latest car. I was reading of a guy who worked for 12 years, 12 years just to buy a particular car of his dream. He worked 12 years, 12 full years to gather money and to buy car of his dream, not to achieve. The car is not going to achieve something. The car is not in the process of production. You can get a car and you will use it for further production. But what he wants the car for is just to satisfy his ego. So that is what he lived for. And Jesus Christ said, life is more than meat and drink. The Bible even said in the book of Proverbs, he said, woe to a land when your king is a son, is a child. He said, woe to you land when your king is a child. He said he will wake up in the morning and see for what to eat. The guy only lived for food, and he was a king. So now the Bible teaches us that we should live as human, as God. We are in his image. The fact that man fall in the Garden of Eden does not mean that we lose the ability of God that was inside of us. We still carry that potential. That is why man can think of what to create, can think of building something, can think of living for other people, and it will be possible. So now if I say that you should not live for clothes, you should not live for car, you should not live for food, you should not live for house, you should not live for marriage, to get married. So what then should you live for? The Bible already put it here. It said those things which are not seen are eternal. You should live for spiritual values. Spiritual values is like living for other people, living for humanity. They are not material acquisitions. Like you live for hard work. I mean righteousness. You live to promote hard work. Okay? You live to love. So the reason why you are getting money, you actually go and get money, you actually get house, you actually get car, you will get married, but those things are not the end. They are just means to an end to love others. Are you getting it now? You are getting money so that you will promote righteousness. You have a determination to work hard, not just to acquire money in an unrighteous way, but to work hard is a value that a man should live for. So man should live for spiritual values. I'm still going to teach one day on Benjamin Franklin, the man that was on the $100. And what can a man do to be on the $100? He was a great man, and he was never a president before he died, but he was on the $100. And then I studied a little about him. I saw in his what's it called now? Is in his charts now. He wrote values, some spiritual value, 13 spiritual values that this man wrote down. He's not the pastor of a church. He's not, but he believed that man should live, and he was rich. He was so rich. So his riches is not the goal. It's not what he lived for. But in order to get what I live for love. I live for righteousness. To promote righteousness, to promote love, to promote peace, to help the poor. That's found under love and all of that. Righteousness, truth. Those are great value to live for. To live for purpose. So the reason why you will get money. So money will not be the number one target. House or marriage will not be the first target. They will not be how do I say? They will not be the focus. They will not be your goal. You just need them when necessary to achieve your goal. So God made man in his image and in his likeness. So it is humiliation. It is, how do I call it now? It is unhuman for you to only live for food, live for clothes, live for house, live for what's it called? Live for what again? Live for house, live for food, live for marriage, live for territory, just like animals. Some people say, and they are here. Some women will say that why am I married? Is it not to give birth to children? So that is the only thing. So their own marriage now is to give birth to children. That's all. That's all they could see. That's the purpose of marriage. Or that is even the purpose of life for them. That is the only value. Children. If children can die and leave them go, so they are not eternal. They are temporal. So God said we should not live. The Bible says we should live for eternal things. So it is humiliation on the image of God. it is too low, it is too small for human being that is in the image of God to think of living for those material things, which are just the level of animal. In the level of animal, any animal that does not have brain will live for that. Even a madman, yeah, a madman will live for that. A madman look for where to sleep. That's the only thing. So then food, then what again? So madman even know how to think for food. So you are living, you are getting money to eat the best food in the world, or to eat anywhere in the world, and then get your house and all of that. You are not better. You are not better. So what make you better as the image of God? What make you better as a human being than the animal is that you have a higher spiritual value. You live beyond food and clothes. So food and clothes and house and whatever become a norms for you. It become normal thing that will come by themselves. They are just tools. Yes, good. They are tools you will use to achieve the other thing. So you have to see beyond, lest you be rated in the same level with animal. My name is Akinola Solomon, and I have come to tell you that you should live and promote the interest of God, which is living for spiritual value, and live beyond animal, so that God will be proud of making you in his own image. Ability to be creative. So like Benjamin Franklin, he lived to be creative. Some people live to be creative. They created so many things that we are using. They built system that other people are building on. Ability to be creative. They live for it. They live for those things. They live for, some people did these lights, bulbs, all kind of thing. They were the first person to do it, to bring that invention, to bring that, that kind of creativity. Those are value, those are things to live for. Hard working. So the image of God should live for something higher than just enjoyment. Okay, after getting the house, getting married, and getting food, what else? What next do you want to get? So that means that you have achieved what you should die. There's nothing you are living for again. But if you are living for spiritual value, you will continually living for it, like Nelson Mandela, till you die, living for peace and unity of his country people. So I want you to like this video and share it with other people. Don't forget to leave your comments and hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video. The subscribe button is down the video. Please click on it now to encourage me. It's free. God bless you. Peace.